My name is Paul Jones. I'm one of the art directors here at Foundry 42.
My name is Stephen Hosmer, and I am a technical designer at Cloud Imperium.
We're sort of starting to enter into the world of land vehicles. That gives us a wide brief. The buggy, it's a good one. This is a new manufacturer. It's always exciting to have a sort of clean slate. According to the law, this manufacturer, this company, been around for a bit. Used to sort of provide sort of super rugged vehicles for the military.
So the Cyclone is intended to be a land vehicle where you get in and drive around on the surface of a planet. It's supposed to be like a fun vehicle to drive, fast. It has four-wheel drive. It's got four-wheel steering also. Something that you're supposed to be having fun while you're driving around on the planet, taking jumps off ramps, just doing all the things that you can in a wheeled vehicle.
You can sort of tell that it's got military roots in the way that it's very functional, but there is that sort of hint of knowing its market, and it just wants a little bit of flair. So there's a touch of artistic flair, designed aesthetics in there. And now this is sort of like their first entry into sort of manufacturing and providing it and selling a new vehicle. It's based in functionality, basically, it's design, so it's very much approached from that point of view.
The Ursa rover, I would call it a tortoise, and the Cyclone, I'd call it a hare, where you have the rover, it's going to be slow and steady. You've got the Cyclone, which is going to be fast and fun to drive, and then the Nox is going to be like a speedster that's going to get out there, but it's not going to take as many hits. So it's kind of like in between.
That pretty much defines quite a few things right off the bat, just ergonomics, what it's meant to do, whether it's, like I said, it's not meant to be a crazy sort of six-legged vehicle or anything. We want it, it needed to be fast. It needed to look super rugged. It could take a hit. It's still sort of, it has open elements to it. So it's, you're still going to sort of feel the wind in your hair, so to speak, if you have any hair. We sort of hit it quite early on, actually, in the process. Probably within the first two weeks, we knew where we were going with it. So the modularity is something that was specified by the design department. And so I think it works really well. It's almost, it's kind of, it's very similar to sort of real world in the sense of having a truck, and then you've got your flatbed at the back, and then you can sort of add and subtract, basically.
The first variant is just the base. It's just a regular buggy with a flatbed on the back that's meant to carry cargo. So if you're just sitting around on your homestead and you want something to go from place to place and carry a little bit of cargo, that's the one for you. The next one is the turret version, the TR, and that's mostly a military version, kind of harkening back to the old days of Tumbril. It has a turret, so you've got a third seat for turret operator, and it's got a 360-degree arc, and it can fire any direction. It's kind of like an infantry support vehicle. Like if you're boots on the ground operation, this is your cavalry. This is the thing that's going to get in, get around all the other troops and kind of support them. The next one is the Recon, and the Recon is our N version, I believe, and that one's meant to be something that goes like under the radar. It's got stealth components, and then you can kind of get into it like an enemy base, kind of scout around, use your radar to find emplacements or something like that. Use your beacons. You can kind of put them down, use them to like light up a target that you need like the guys in the sky to come down and rain fire upon. Or you can just use it as an exploration vehicle. You can go out, you can map terrain, you can go onto one of the planets that has like a dust storm or something. You can drop it outside of the dust storm, drive in, find whatever you're looking for, whatever objective you're trying to find, place your beacons and say, okay, hey, this is a landing spot in this storm. You can bring your ship in, you can find those beacons, they can call you down, you can pick up whatever you need to get there. The next version is going to be the racing version, the RC. It's mostly just, we're taking the base Cyclone and we're putting basically nitrous oxide in the thing. You get the boost on that thing, you can take those jumps as fast as possible, you can get around as quick as possible. It's like if you're like in Baja, you're like going over the dunes and you're like hitting the boost and you're just going as fast as possible. And then the last one is the anti-air vehicle. And that one has 2 size 2 missile racks. So you can either have a size 2 missiles or 4 size 1 missiles. And then it also has a countermeasure package, which includes chaff, flare, smoke screen, and a size 1 EMP.
You know, you always think it's good, it's interesting, it's, you know, it's fresh, but you sort of sometimes you think, oh yeah, we'll nail this, no problem. And then there's just the little things that trip you up and keep tripping you up. And it's just getting aware of, you know, all the things that we need to take into account, you know, in enters and exits, you know, the whole cabin, all the you know, all the instrumentation has to be in the right place, you know, and you're constantly sort of jiggling, trying to hit what the game needs and then what us as artists want to sort of push in there and sort of experiment with. You know, there are a couple of things that maybe we could have improved on, but we'll, you know, when it goes to the production team, we'll have a chat with Nate, we'll have the kick-off, and I'll be like, okay, this went well, I was less happy with this, you know, maybe you guys can, you know, flesh this out a little more, sort of really advance. Again, the manufacturer, so we know, you know, when we're building Tumbril vehicles, okay, this is what we do. These are the materials. This is the, you know, this is the cloth. This is the metal. This is the paint. This is the color. Here's our decals. Here's our UI style, and just sort of clarify all that basically. Probably the most challenging thing is probably always the deadline. The beauty of being this being the first one, you have a certain amount of naivety in terms of you're not quite sure. You know you're doing a land vehicle, but you're not quite sure of the problems you're going to hit. And often with this sort of stuff, it's very much, you know, you make one change and it has a ripple effect to the whole vehicle. So you make a change to the front, suddenly the front's out of balance with the back, so now we've got to change the back. Okay, the back's changed now, so that's affected something somewhere else. And so it's trying to manage all those sort of little tweaks and changes and still hit the deadline basically. So that's always a tough one for me. I mean, we always do it, but it's always team effort. Let's, you know, how do we do it?